standing here with Guy Sebastian.
Yes.
All right.
I'm
First of
like
all,
Where's Wally, by the way?
what's that?
I don't always dress like Where's Wally, by the way.
I think you look great, dude. Okay, you're the first winner of Australian Idol. Congratulations on that.
Thank you.
You're also a judge on the Australian X Factor.
I am.
So are you a nice judge, or are you a mean judge, or?
I like to think I'm a nice judge. I think I'm honest. I don't think there's ever a need for nastiness. You know, I'm never nasty, but I'm quite honest, especially when it comes to the musical integrity, I guess, of a performance. I'm very kind of particular about that. But yeah, I'm always nice, I think.
Okay,
Yeah.
all right. Well, I just want to make sure. Listen to these accomplishments: 6 top 10 platinum, multi-platinum albums, 11 top 15 singles, 5 gone #1. Dude, you're what we call amazing. Congratulations on all that. That's,
Thank you for
I mean,
the title.
what a career you're having.
I've been very blessed. Yeah, very, very, just fortunate. I love music and I always wanted to do it, for a living. It seemed quite unpractical when I was growing up. It's always drummed into you, I guess, when you're young and you're from a small town that, get a degree, study hard, and I did all of that. I did study and I kind of not gave up, but I wasn't extremely optimistic about it. And then suddenly this show came along that nobody had heard of. It was the first one called Idol, and it was in Australia. We had it like pretty much the same time that you guys had Idol here with Kelly Clarkson. I did the first one there, and I had no idea. I didn't even know if it would make it to TV, and so that was almost 10 years ago. And so I've been very lucky to still have a career, and I just had another #1 back home, which is awesome, and yeah, very, very blessed, and so great to make my way over to Houston and share my music here.
Do you remember the reason why you actually went to audition for Idol? Do you remember the conscious decision? I think I'll just try out for it. Why not? I mean, a lot of people try out, but how many people think they're actually going to win this thing,
Well, I didn't. I mean, at that stage, I think a lot of the shows that were on TV were generally won, those sort of shows were won by the super slick, good-looking, blue-eyed sort of, people, and it wasn't necessarily based on talent. That was kind of the history of some of the shows that had preceded the show I was on. And then Idol comes along, and I was a little bit chubbier, and I had a big afro. I was kind of a scary-looking, sort of a troll kind of character, and so wow. And so it was kind of, I just didn't think I'd get even close to the finals. I was a fuzzy-haired, freaky sort of looking dude that could sing, but yeah, it panned out for me, and I'm very, very grateful.
You have worked with amazing people, Brian McKnight, you've worked with Robin Thicke, also John Mayer.
Yeah, John's incredible, and he, we have mutual friends, and we bumped into each other. We've hung out a few times, and both here and when he's in Australia, we've hung out a couple of times, and what an incredible musician and a great guy. He was very, very generous. I mean, he was just going to come and jam on one song. He ended up sitting in the session for 2 days. He came and sat in this session, played on like 3 or 4 songs, was singing background vocalists. That's humility. He's John Mayer, and he's sitting there singing background vocals for me. And it doesn't happen every day, but I'm grateful for that.
You've played in front of some incredible people as well, and I've got to ask you right off the top. I mean, I'll mention Oprah Winfrey and Queen Elizabeth II, but also Pope Benedict? Dude.
I wrote this song. There's this event that the Catholic Church do, and I actually didn't know about it. I didn't grow up in a Catholic church or anything like that, but they do this event called World Youth Day, and I had grown up singing in church and that sort of stuff, so I mean it's all very close, and my friend, who's a staunch Catholic, he said, "Bro, if we write this song and we get the song, we might get to meet the Pope," and I was like, wow, that's an honor, but for him it was like a kid in Candyland, and so we wrote this song, and to our surprise, the following week, I think they rang us and they said, "Your song's been selected as the theme song for World Youth Day," and it sort of went global to, I think, a couple of billion people or something, and it's pretty nuts. So we got to meet the Pope and sing for the Pope, and
wow.
And yeah, Oprah came to Australia, and I got to entertain her, and then she requested me back to sing again for her, which was pretty amazing. And I've been very, very blessed to meet some of the people that I have. I mean, just a few months ago, I worked with Beyonce on the TV show that I do called The X Factor. Yeah, so very, very lucky.
You've got a record. I'm going to go back a couple of years. I Like It Like That, which I absolutely love.
Cool.
I love that tune.
Yeah, that's fun.
It's just a fun song.
It really is. Yeah, it's like a surf rock soul sort of. Yeah, just fun.
We were trying to watch the video. Don't Worry, Be Happy, but it won't play in the United States for some reason. There's something weird about that.
This region stuff. It's so stupid, but I'm sure I'll get it sorted.
Don't Worry, Be Happy. Now it's not the.
It's not a Bobby McFerrin cover.
Okay, I was going to ask that.
But I kind of stole the title. I mean, it's sort of a saying, really. It's a, don't worry, be happy has been a quite a big saying for a long time, and there was, at first I tried different ways of saying it, but I thought there's absolutely no point. I mean, it's such a well-known coined phrase, and it says it. It just says what needs to be said. And I mean, it's when you hear the song, there's no likeness to to the original. There's no but yeah, what an incredible song that was. And so,
my goal was to get you to do a little bit of it, and you just did that.
Oh, nice.
So
there you go.
Pretty good. Guy Sebastian we're talking to, and obviously you're here for Good Day USA. It's a big tourism thing that's going on promoted. What would be your message to people wanting or thinking about going to visit Australia? You're an ambassador of sorts.
Yeah, well, I guess even by default, without officially being an ambassador of Australia, I guess I'm here and I'm Aussie. So I always take the opportunity to talk my country up. It's such a great country and such a peaceful, well-governed, beautiful place to visit. I mean, it's I think people have this misconception that we're all wearing akubra hats, running around chasing crocodiles and riding on the backs of kangaroos. I know not everyone thinks that, but everybody
thinks we wear cowboy hats and ride horses in Texas. So and I'm not even close to that.
Right. And so I mean, funnily, people still think that, but it's quite different when you head down. I mean, Sydney's it's very metropolitan. It's very, very beautiful. The city itself is ridiculous. I mean, just recently, just before I came, so I live between LA and Sydney. I'm half the year I'm in the States, but just before I flew out, I went for a fish. I've got a little boat. I love fishing, and I went out fishing in our harbour, and I mean, even in our harbour, which is surrounded by beautiful, clean water, unpolluted. I'm right under the bridge and I'm pulling in a kingfish that big. I mean, it doesn't get better, with the backdrop of the Opera House and fishing and the water's clean, it's teeming with fish. It's a great city to visit, great surf, great people, great service, great food.
We need to go. Who's nicer, Oprah or the Pope?
Look, Oprah definitely, she impacted just with her wisdom and her constant consistency. Because I guess I was lucky enough to see a lot of the behind the scenes stuff because I played at her crew rap party. It was just her and her crew, so there was no keeping up appearances. These are people that have worked with her for decades, and she, even to them, was so inspiring and just gave them a reason to want to live and to work. I think sometimes with your job, you struggle to find that purpose in it when it's a bit mundane, but she made everyone in her organisation feel like they were part of something that was changing lives, that was impacting the world globally, and that was not just a mediocre job. And it sort of made you go, yeah, I wasn't even working for Harpo, and I'm like, yeah, we're changing lives, baby. Yes.
And everybody looked at you and said, what? All right,
exactly.
So Guy Sebastian, thank you so much for taking some time with us, and I'd be remiss if I didn't mention our congratulations in order. I heard that you're going to be a dad coming up in March.
I am.
Dude.
I've got to find the mother. So if you're out there, I'm joking.
Okay,
I'm joking. That is a horrible joke. No, she's at home now. And due in a couple of months. It's crazy. I feel like a kid still.
You are.
A kid having a kid.
Well, congratulations. We're excited to see more things and hear more things from you, Guy Sebastian. Thank you so much.
Bless you, man. Thank you.
All right, my man. Take care.
Thank you.